Hey there, everyone. Michael Damon here with the latest episode of Starbeam.one, Stand Up and Shine and Chill. It's a little series I put together to keep people up to date with my project Starbeam.one. It's modeled after the agile methodology of a stand-up, where you tell your teammates what you're working on, what you're going to be working on, and any sort of friction points that you're encountering. And I've added a little bit more. Let's begin. Okay, program notes starting off with some big ticket items, any news items that are important. And I should also say there should be a bullet there. This is the second time I'm filming this show because I forgot to turn on the microphone again. This is the second time I've done it. I caught myself earlier this time, so there is that. But wanted to say that sales are up. So if you recall, we had our great month of June, which is awesome, 50 flares, $50 a day at the high point there. And then after that, it's just kind of not been that, and it's been very painful. Getting as low as 3 flares per day and $3 per day, which is incredibly painful, when you think about where we were. But now, with all of the marketing challenges and whatnot that I've discussed in the show, now we're at between $11 and $12 or 12 flares per day of volume. And that's kind of trending in the right direction for me. So I'm really happy about that. That looks good. And kind of just making baby steps here, kind of paddling the starship through space-time, as I have been saying a few previous shows. And so we're having a little bit of luck now with our sales. So that's big news there. So from there, it's a 5-week month. As you know, we have our stand-ups here on the first and third Tuesday of every month. This is the third Tuesday of the month, and it's a 5-week month, and so I will not be here for another 3 weeks, and I will see you on the first week of November there. So that's a news item here. Finally, getting back to our sales, this is kind of what's sort of been helping out a lot is our promotional efforts here with the Spooky Contest by Va Vortex. Johanna and Lucia have been doing awesome, and they've been really helping out a lot, and that's been really just a huge difference for us. So that's kind of been lending to this feeling of getting more sales. We do have more members, more active members right now, and that's been helping out a lot as well. So I will provide a link to the description in this YouTube, so please be sure to check out the description and to see the link there for the contest. And I'm really excited about this contest because the gallery that Johanna made was really awesome, and it really gets back to the gamer roots in me, and playing Doom and Doom 2, this spooky, kind of scary feeling, the eerie feeling, and this gallery that we have for this party that we're going to be having for the contest looks really great. So I'm really excited about that, and I will put the link in the description. Check it out. Okay, what did I do? I'm going to be a little honest here. I actually had to go through my Git log to find out exactly what I did, because when I looked at my Excel log, the Excel is where I keep all my keep track of all my tasks, and I didn't see a lot of tasks there. It was actually just the last one that I had set up when I did the show, and so I was like, oh, what did I do for the past 2 weeks? Well, the Git does not lie. The Git told me that, a lot of problems with Twitter authentication, that the OAuth 2 workflow. The problem that we're encountering is that, and it's been a problem going on for like 2 months now, I want to say, but we finally figured it out. So that's the good news. But the problem that we were encountering is that when you start an authentication workflow within the device browser, we set a cookie, and then we send the user to Twitter to continue the authentication. And what happens is if you have the Twitter application installed on your iOS device, using the Twitter App Store and whatnot, it intercepts that call that's supposed to be handled by the browser. And it says, hey, we're installed, we'll intercept that and open it up in our new browser. Well, that new browser does not have the cookie that we set in the device browser, and it causes all sorts of problems. And so basically spent a majority of this past sprint working on that and getting that fixed. So the good news is that we've got that fixed. And what we do now is, it's not perfect, but it's better than what was happening before, is we detect that scenario, and we basically, if there's an exception, we just authenticate twice. So we just show you that authorization screen. And so the worst you have to do now is press authorization twice. Not perfect, but it works. And now we can move on to the next fire. So that's fixed. And while I was in there, I improved the workflow just in general. There are a couple other exceptions that were being thrown there. And so now we've got, we handle those a little bit more elegantly. And so that's done. And then there are a bunch of quality fixes, one thing after another sort of thing. But we have a few that I'm going to be demonstrating right now. All right. Is everything working here? I got my microphone turned on. Is that working? Yes, my browser's working. I had to reboot or restart my. Is it restart or reboot? My tablet here, my Surface Pro, because it was not loading my browser for whatever reason, but now it is, and I've got the microphone on. Everything should be working now. Okay, I just wanted to really briefly show what some improvements here on the website, which I'm really happy with. A shout out to New Folder, who has helped out a lot with these improvements. And first thing I want to kind of show here is that we've got our title screen with our primary site here. When you visit the site, you see our announcement and kind of our logo, right? Our logo and title take up a lot of space here, but one improvement that we've made is I'm going to go here to our top most wanted product here by Willowgate. Between Worlds for 7.5 flares. And so you can see here, scrolling back up to the top, because I kind of glanced over the improvement here, is that our title does not take up as much space, and so it kind of gives more room for the viewer, and especially for mobile devices. It makes it a lot easier to see what's going on. And so I'll just kind of spend some time here showing our top most wanted product by Willowgate by June. This is sitting at our top, number 1 for our most wanted list here, and it is award winning. And I believe that is for the Night Cafe, right? Night Cafe, if I recall correctly, if there's an award that's being won somewhere, I'm pretty sure it's on Night Cafe, but Willowgate or June will correct me with that. But this is kind of shilling here, the top product that we're selling, and wanted to make sure that everyone out there is aware of this. It's for 7.5 flares. Okay, so now one thing that I will do here is that you can see the space that has been saved here up at top. Now I'm going to scroll down to the bottom here, and the footer has been cleaned up considerably as well. Kind of scrolling through you can also see the most recent products by publisher. Have you seen this website? It's kind of an important detail here. And so scrolling through here, this is the product storefront for each and every product. And also we have our newsletter if you want to sign up for our newsletter. Our footer is now improved, and it's just one line across the bottom here, and you can see all of the important details for contacting us. The about, the dashboard now is plainly evident on our footer here, and then we've got our terms of use policy, which was there before, and then we've got documentation blog, which open up in new windows, and those are all there. And so that, some of these were in the menu, but the menu is kind of out of place. The menu, by the way, is in the top right corner here with the menu, the hamburger menu. You click that, and that will open. And another improvement here that we made with the menu is that we have simplified it. So now we just have our markets, and we've got our catalogs as well of the different License Explorer with the artists and users, and you can authenticate, and I'm going to do that really quickly. Let's see what sort of trouble we can get ourselves into with this, and hopefully this works. Twitter authentication, yes. Let's see what you can do here. Will you work for us and work as expected? That's going to take its time, of course. It is demo mode. Okay, so now I'm going to authorize app, and this should just work. No problems whatsoever, huh, Twitter? Twitter and I are not on good terms right now. Okay, so now here we go, and we are now back. We are logged in, and so when you extend the menu, the one thing that was also occurring is that there was scroll, and that's kind of a bad thing for the menu because you kind of want to have everything there front and center, and so everything is much simpler now, and we've got our notifications, our flares, and our star vault all right there in the menu, and if you want to sign out, it's right there as well. So that is that's it. That's kind of one of those we spent a few days going over and just kind of simplifying things and making it simpler, and here we go. All right, hope you enjoyed it. All right, moving right along. Got the microphone working. I got the browser working. I got the Excel spreadsheet working here. I got the presentation. Everything's working okay for the moment. Yeah, so what am I doing? So now this should look familiar, right? We're once again in one of these situations where it's basically the same as last time, lockdown authentication. Although I've got a good feeling about that. I've got a good direction on that. Some analysis has taken place on that, and I've got a good feeling around that. And so that should take another 2, maybe 3 days there. And then it's all about administration CMS and getting that in line and getting it so that I can have a little bit more visibility on some key functionality that's not there right now, and I'm feeling really uncomfortable with where I'm at with that, mostly from people who publish new products. It's there, but it's really difficult for me to get into and to see it. And so I want to get that taken care of. And also things with like user administration and things of that nature to just make sure that there's some key pieces of information now that we do have a lot more in place for that, around that. And so I just got to catch things up with the administration applications, also support as well. And so there's that. And really, I'm kind of anticipating that taking most, if not all of my time. But I do have a few things here. As we've got entity framework integration, and then there's community markets, which I was supposed to get to, and let's try to get to that. So that's also helping out with Vortex and their community with the contests and whatnot, making it easier to incorporate some features around that. And that's definitely the extent of what I'll be working on the next 3 weeks here. Friction points, yeah, this is kind of the same, more of the same, and also kind of the disheartening thing is that it doesn't really sound like Microsoft's going to fix any of these, and right now it's just kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, I can tolerate that because I'm heavily invested into this project for the past 4 years now. But if I bring someone on who might be working on this project, I don't think they'll be as understanding and as patient or invested as I am. And so that's kind of worrying, right? It's like, I don't know what to do about these, but, I've been pinging them and I'm uncharacteristically not getting any sort of reply. There is one with the Razor, and so I think it's the IDE editor, the top one there. It was improved, but it was only like a 30% improvement, and it was, so, to kind of catch people up here is that we've got basically around 90 to 100 seconds of churn by pressing a key. So I'm in a Razor file and I press a key and it takes 90 to 100 seconds for it to calm down, and now it only takes 60 seconds for it to calm down. Which is okay. It's an improvement. It's kind of trending in the right direction, but doesn't sound like any other improvements are on the way for this. So it's just kind of sitting there, and we're sort of like in this kind of awkward state right now. It's like, I don't know if this is going to get attended to or not. So anyways, there's that. And then obviously the other thing is Twitter. Not a very good relationship with Twitter right now. We still have Lady Leah. Her account is still suspended, and it's like day 67 today, and so it's just a daily thing. Again, pinging, no reply. So I'm not going to stop, right? This is all I can do. Like I said, I'm heavily invested and I'm very committed. So we're going to keep continuing that until we get something, right? All right, effectiveness levels is where I talk about how I feel about certain characteristics of the project, and it's more of an emotional feeling sort of thing. As I say, or I like to say, is that if we all talked about our feelings, the world would be a better place. And so effectiveness level, starting out with morale, about a 7 out of 10 right now. Things aren't really like excellent right now, but they're not exactly terrible. They're more good than bad, and so 7's probably a good point there. 7.5, I had these numbers set, and I'm just looking at them, and I'm like, yeah, I'm actually feeling the same about this. Schedule's okay, I'm not feeling really a lot of pressure around that, but, it could be better sort of thing. 7.5, maybe might be a little bit lower, but yeah, we'll keep it there. Feeling particularly lazy with these, same, these issues with Microsoft, and now it's starting to get to points like, oh my goodness, they're actually not listening to me now. It's, what's going on there? That's different, and just being patient with that. We'll see how that goes. Marketing, feeling a little bit better about that. It's better than a 5 or a 4, as historically we've been, and now, 6.5 feels about right. 4, always feeling good about this. 8.5. All right, to kind of round things off here with our show here for the third Tuesday of the month, our second show for the month. And I just want to thank everyone out there for all your support and all your purchases and just sticking with us. We're kind of trending in the right direction now, and hopefully we can continue that. So until next time, stay safe out there and stay bright. Goodbye.